What's up guys, I'm randomfrankp, back with episode 165 of Room Tour Project, the series where we show off some of the best gaming setups to give you some ideas and inspirations for your own setup. If you see anything you like, I'll have it all listed for you in the description down below so you can check it out. But let's start it off, episode 165. Alright, now it's time for one of those 3 a.m. voiceovers. Let's get to it. First off is Andy. Keeping it pretty chill here with the single monitor setup, a nice clean desktop with those kind of retro Vice Vaporwaves kind of vibes. So into his gear, he's rocking a single 25-inch LG ultra-wide monitor, one of the first actual ultra-wide monitor releases to come out back in the day, so a nice OG model here. And then a quick glimpse at nighttime with all the lights off and the RGB shining nice and bright. You can see behind his desk, behind his monitor, the nice purple glow to complement his actual wallpaper, with some of the oranges highlights in the wallpaper as well, being reflected then in the keyboard. And then down into his peripherals, that's the Cooler Master Master Keys Pro S keyboard. The reason it looks so cool is he has those HyperX double shot PBT keycaps on them. They are very, very popular with the Logitech MX Master Mouse. Then for audio, he has the Audio-Technica ATH M20X headphones with a mod mic and Logitech Z200 speakers. But he's also using the Line 6 Pod UX2 audio interface, and you can see if you get a little look at the dials there, they're actually moving, so that's actually pretty cool. Don't know if that's reflecting the actual audio or whatever, but still pretty cool. Now we're gonna check out the PC, and this is the NZXT H400i case, and inside he has a lot of the NZXT Hue and the Air RGB fans and stuff to make it nice and colorful. As for the specs, he's an Intel i5 8600K CPU with the Be Quiet Pure Rock Slim cooler, 16 gigs of ballistic sport RAM in white to kind of highlight the white case and stuff and the accents inside, on an ASRock H310M motherboard with an EVGA GTX 1070 graphics card. So lots of whites, blacks, and purples here to complement a very nice kind of throwback simple setup. Love the organization here. The desk isn't cluttered at all. Just the main stuff to power this setup. Digging the vibes. Continuing right into that is gonna be Andre, also rocking the purple flare, but he has 3 nice and slim bezeled monitors here to complete the mounted triple monitor gaming setup. You know, purple's not my favorite color personally, but something about the color itself just gives a nice pop, regardless of where it is. It really makes these setups, I think, stand out a little bit more. As for those 3 displays, they are all 3 of the Philips 27-inch models. All 3 mounted very nicely on the wall with a kind of cable runner there to hide the cables, just going down behind the back of the desk. And with those thin bezels, it just looks really good side by side. Down to the peripherals, it's got the Razer Deathstalker Chroma keyboard with the Razer Oribos mouse on a Razer Goliath extended mouse pad. I assume you have a hole drilled into the center of the desk there so you can route the cables out. I'm just going to give it a much more nice appearance, so props for that. But I gotta be real with you, Chief. I see what you're going for here, kind of mask it, the mouse, with a kind of white skin, but I'd imagine this can't be too comfortable. The edges might be jaggedy on your hand. I would possibly ditch the skins, just my 2 cents. Then for audio, he's rocking a pair of the Razer Kraken 7.1 Chroma headset on a Razer headset stand, and a speaker setup from Microlab. Don't have the exact models, but again, on each side of the setup for that nice positional stereo audio. Now down to the PC, always a fan of the NZXT H400 case. This was one of my all-time favorite cases when I first started, getting into YouTube and stuff. So digging this one. Inside's an Intel i7 8700K CPU with the NZXT Kraken X62 AIO, 8 gigs of HyperX RAM on an Asus ROG Strix Z370E motherboard, and an Asus Strix GTX 1050 Ti graphics card. But again, another white, black, and purple build here, which does look, again, really nice. It's gonna flow perfectly with the overall theme and color of your setup. So Andre, overall, really digging it. Good job on the mounting, good job overall with cable management from hiding them from the monitors, even drilling that hole in the desk to hide all your peripheral cables. Definitely gives it a really nice and clean appearance, which is always a +1. Now, 3rd one in a row, I swear I'm not doing this, but another purple setup. Again, don't mind it at all, looks really nice here. This one is definitely special in its own way because we have the 2019 trend of the overhead mounted PC, whether it's a wall mounted one or whatever, you're just starting to see these a lot more, and it always looks dope. So he has 3 of the Llama, I don't know how you say it, Llama Blackhawk 24.5-inch, wait a second, I said Black Hawk. Don't get it twisted. 24.5-inch Black Hawk. Whoa. Alright, let's just move on from that subject, but down to his peripherals, the Razer Black Widow Chroma V2 keyboard, another set of those double shine through PBT keycaps to make it really stand out, with the Razer Mamba Tournament Edition mouse. They're on a nice extended mouse pad from Aukey to give it that extra kind of RGB glow. But as for that wall-mounted PC, or just the PC above the setup, either way, it's on the wall, so you get the idea. This is the Phanteks Enthoo Lux tempered glass case, all in black. He has the Intel i7 6800K CPU with the Cooler Master Liquid ML360R ARGB AIO. Cooler Master always has bizarre names. 32 gigs of Corsair Vengeance Pro RGB RAM with a modded heatsink, so there's more of that RGB glow to it. An MSI X99A Gaming Carbon Pro motherboard with a Zotac GTX 1080 Amp Extreme GPU. Man, PC gaming has so many, like, you know, hype names, like Pro and Extreme and you, all that stuff. Well, I mean, you know, you get the idea. But either way, a nice triple monitor gaming setup, the overhead PC, a really nice RGB kind of desk thing to talk about with the glow there on the bottom. Really, really nice, man. Now into the fourth setup of this episode, has 4 displays with 3 mounted to the wall, and then a massive TV mounted above all of that, and again, another PC off to the left side in the shelf there. Can you call it a well-mounted PC? Yes. It's my show, call it whatever I want. And then right in between there, he has some really nice speakers, a JBL 305P Mark II, pointed right down at him. I'm going to give him good audio mounted right where they are. But as for the displays, he has 2 of the Dell 25-inch models on the outside. The middle one is a 27-inch Pixio with a 50-inch 4K TV from Sony as that overhead. That's a lot of pixels. And I'm really digging that wooden desk here. It has some really great texture to it. But now we can check out those peripherals. He has the Ducky 1-2 keyboard with the Skyline double shot PBT keycaps on them. To nice, you know, customize just a little bit. Logitech G403 wireless mouse on a simple little mouse pad. Then we'll check out the PC. It's a ton of nice photos, so I'll just throw them in here, no particular order. Inside this Corsair Crystal 570X RGB case, he has an Intel i7 8700K CPU with the Corsair H100i Platinum AIO. 16 gigs of G-Skill Trident Z RGB RAM on a Gigabyte Aorus Z370 motherboard and an EVGA GTX 1080 FTW graphics card. Lots of color inside this crystal RGB case. And it's interesting because it's like up on the left side on a shelf, kind of away from his setup overall. So when you consider that and the cable management and everything going on, it's pretty damn impressive to have it tucked away up there, but still on display looking nice. And that could sum up this entire setup. Still looks really nice, great job on cable management. Between the 4 displays, there is like no cables to be seen. So proud of y'all lately, you're killing it. And then last, but certainly not least, is the LordofNarwhals. And coming from like a complete 180 here from the crazy gamer look to a really nice chill and homey kind of setup here. Much more simple too with the 2 monitors. You have the vertical and the horizontal. Really digging the overall feel of the room. So his primary monitor is an AOC Agnon 27-inch monitor, with the vertical one being a 27-inch model from BenQ. And I get a lot of people asking a lot why you would have a vertical monitor. You can pretty much put anything there, whether it's Spotify, loading web pages easier because it's, you know, vertical, for coding, editing, vector scopes, timelines, anything like that. Over to the peripherals, digging the taste here. We have a Happy Hacking Keyboard Pro 2. Got it changed up a bit to make it more personal, like that nice spiral cord. You got this different set of keycaps set on there with a nice blue accent spacebar, red escape key, a nice like walnut wrist rest. And as for the mouse, it's the Zowie EC2B on a regular mouse pad. And then for audio, telling you guys, this is all about taste here. Woo! The Sennheiser and Mastrop HD6XX headphones with the Antlion Mod Mic 5 microphone, which is just altogether, like that's one of the best gaming headsets out there, and it's not even an official headset, so good job on that. That's powered by the JDS Labs Atom Amp. Over to the PC, and you already know he had some Noctua going on. Definitely feels like a Noctua kind of guy, and I can respect it. This is the Fractal Design Define Mini C case. We have a Ryzen 5 1600 CPU with the Noctua NH-D15S cooler, 16 gigs of Corsair Vengeance LPX RAM on an MSI B350M Mortar Arctic motherboard with an Asus GTX 1070 OC graphics card, and some other of those Noctua fans to keep it nice and cool and quiet. And guess what? A little bit of RGB light at nighttime, a little bit of color there, but altogether a nice, just what's the word I'm looking for? Like classic, some classical setups going on. You can feel some jazz music going in the background. Love everything about this. Prime choice for all the gear and peripherals. Alright guys, that'll wrap it up for episode 165 of Room Tour Project. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget, check the links in the description down below for all the gear and hardware you saw. They'll be listed down there for you, as well as some very simple instructions on how to submit your setup. If you want to be possibly considered to be on a future episode of Room Tour Project, check the description down below for it all. If you like this episode, give it a thumbs up to show your support. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at randomfrankp. And lastly, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Well, I'm Random Frank P. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.